No sé si es mi internet, Cari, pero perfecto, ya podemos dar accesos. Cari, ¿ya estás dando accesos? Hola a todos, buena tarde, bienvenidos a una sesión más de Encuentro Creativo. En unos minutos más daremos inicio a la sesión. Una disculpa por el retraso, pero estábamos terminando de ajustar algunos detalles técnicos. Ok, daremos un minuto más para que todos se terminen de conectar.
Va a ser como que dice 40 minutos.
Les pedimos de mantener apagados sus micrófonos, por favor. Perfecto, les agradecemos mucho por formar parte de una sesión más de Encuentro Creativo. En unos minutos más daremos inicio con la sesión. Les recordamos de mantener el micrófono apagado y al final daremos unos 15 minutos para preguntas y respuestas. Perfecto, pues bueno, muchas gracias a todos por acompañarnos a una sesión más de Encuentro Creativo. Les recordamos que hoy es el último día de actividades, bueno, de estas 2 semanas de la segunda edición. Muchas gracias a todos los que formaron parte. Antes de comenzar con la sesión, proyectaremos un video de una de nuestras instituciones partner, FIDER. Así que, por favor. ¿Podemos hacer un ajuste? Me parece que no se escucha el video. Ok, disculpen, tenemos un problema con el audio del video de FIDER. Vamos a dejar de proyectarlo un momento. Ok, podemos dejar de proyectar el video, listo. Muy bien, gracias. Ahora, bueno, vamos a proyectar un video de despedida por parte del presidente de la Cámara, Lorenzo Vianero.
Es un gusto para nosotros en la Cámara de Comercio Italiana en México estar promoviendo la segunda edición de Encuentro Creativo, un evento que ha incentivado que los alumnos mexicanos consideren a Italia como el lugar ideal para la especialización en diseño y artes creativas.
Gracias por haber sido parte de Encuentro Creativo, un evento organizado por la Cámara Italiana y la Embajada de Italia. Muchísimas gracias a todos nuestros patrocinadores y sobre todo a las universidades italianas que hicieron posible este evento. Espero que hayamos despertado en ti la intención de viajar a Italia y vivir una experiencia multicultural y académica. Muchísimas gracias, a la próxima y arrivederci.
Perfecto, pues gracias por acompañarnos a una sesión más. Vamos a presentar a la ponente. La ponente del día de hoy es Orietta Pellizzari, con quien ya tuvimos una sesión anteriormente. Voy a leer un poco de la experiencia de nuestra ponente. Ella es una persona muy importante en todo lo que significa moda en Italia. Entonces, bueno, vamos a presentarla. Orietta Pellizzari es una Global Fashion Advisor, es asesor estratégico de estilo italiano y tendencias de la industria de la moda. Ha trabajado junto a las organizaciones italianas más importantes como la Cámara de la Moda de Milán, organizadora de la Semana de la Moda en Milán, grandes almacenes de lujo como la Rinascente, Micam, Linea Pelle. Su experiencia en investigación internacional incluye Transfer Casting y Fashion Advisor, llevada a cabo en Europa, Medio Oriente, China, Corea del Sur, Japón, América Latina y Estados Unidos. Fue parte de un proyecto estratégico en sostenibilidad para el diseño de transportes, Concept Car, Lifestyle, Moda, Linea Pelle, McKinsey, Lot, entre otras. Es embajadora de la industria experimentada y experta en el Made in Italy e internacionalización, impulsando la colaboración entre mercados y disciplinas en el sector de bienes de consumo. Así que bueno, sin más por el momento, daré bienvenida a nuestra ponente del día de hoy. Esta sesión será en inglés. Al final de la sesión dejaremos unos minutos para preguntas y respuestas, así que les pedimos que vayan poniendo sus preguntas en el chat. Thank you so much, Orietta, for being here with us. You can start with the presentation.
Yes, please. Thank you very much, Claudia, to introduce me. I'm honored and I'm very pleased to be connected with all of you right now and talking about what's happening in the industry or what's happening in the industry of sustainability. Let me apologize if sometimes you can hear some noise, but I'm really in the middle of what's happened in the latest 2 days. So like today and yesterday. I'm in Venice right now, and I'm sorry. Okay. I'm now in an hotel because we have these 2 intense days of Venice Sustainable Forum. And Venice Sustainable Forum is something very important for us because it was a special moment that for the first time, Milan Fashion Week, Italian fashion industry, supply chain fashion industry, put everybody together. Now I have also the opportunity that Camera is sharing the website of Milan Fashion Chamber, because the value of fashion, this is the title of the forum, it's really a way to speak forward about sustainability. So why I'm starting like this. First of all, we have so many elements to share when we talk about sustainability. But it's very important to understand why a person like me with focus on trends, what market are doing, exporting made in Italy, and consumer behavior, how to make brands successful in the world, why a person like me is interested to understand sustainability. Of course, because sustainability is not a trend, is a fact, is the main element in the branding, is the main element in how to create and make a brand successful and with an impact. Made in Italy is a brand. Made in Italy is one of the most important and impactful brands. So for this reason, for an organization like Made in Italy, was so important to create a moment that put together the main institution, the main players, change makers that are giving this message to the world. So the value of fashion was this 2 days sponsored by the Italian Industry Organization, the Italian medium, big, and small, let me say in this way, industries, the material industry, the supply chain industry, and also the big players like French big players like Chanel, like LVMH, like Kering Groups, all those big brands that invest in Italy. So this is very important for you to know and to understand, because Italy is not only the place where we can have brands, but it's also the place where we can produce, make materials, create innovation and technology. It's very important to start from this message. I don't know how much you know about Italian fashion system, but this is really the most important, let me say, area where to launch a message of sustainability. I have, of course, many questions to you of understanding what you know about sustainability, but let me give you some of the key messages that we like to share and we wanted to put together to the key players. And I still remind you, who are the key players? Key players are brand designers, material companies, manufacturers, retailers, media, journalists, influencers, all together. And the key messages was really, what does it mean to navigate in sustainability? Which are the elements to consider? We can talk about regulations, certifications. We also talk about how much industry and technology can solve the problem of lower the impact on the social and climate change. These were just some of the topics. How artificial intelligence can work and help and support it, and how much traceability can put and can bring the value of a real product. Navigating in terms of this complexity means even educate. Why I'm telling this word educating? Educating is not only for a young person, for a student. Educating is for everyone. Educate the consumer, educate the designer, educate the buyers, educate the media to know what they are doing. And this is a kind of complexity. It's not just buying a recycled polyester who will make the change. It's more making something, respecting the rules, respecting the people, respecting the environment, and even respecting who is working and how much money this person are taking, how much people that work in a company and they work in a manufacturer. It's learning and giving back. I understand I'm opening a huge box, and I ask please to scroll down on the website and to see some of the players. Of course, if you notice, the main sponsor of the event were two: the Italian industry and Ambrosetti. Ambrosetti Group is a finance group. It's a group that organized G20. So G20 is the most important event worldwide where the big players of the economy discuss the future. And fashion is one of the most important, because when we talk about fashion, we talk about apparel, accessories, materials, lifestyle, hospitality, automotive, design in general. So it's a big and huge moment. And everybody has to understand how to be sustainable or how to improve sustainability, making an economical impact. Huge topics, absolutely huge. But this is important and everybody talk. I'll give you some insights. Today, if we scroll inside of the images of the website, if you just link it and scroll the people that were part of this event, we also have the Prada Sun. Prada Sun, it's, when I say Prada Sun, it's just to talk about how a brand like Prada, it's facing the sustainability issue with a new language, with a new improvement, with a new way to talk about sustainability, showing where the product is made, which material are used. Be absolutely transparent. Or another person that was present today is Mr. Renzo Rosso from Diesel Group. Another person that has to be committed in fashion 365 degrees, has entrepreneurs, has visionary, and even following the rules of fashion. I want to give you another message that was tweeted today and was circularity. And I want to really read from the book. So circular business models are emerging, but scalability is still far away, with different economic impact heavily depending on the market segment. Why I'm talking about circularity? Because I'm sure circularity is one of the topics that you are following. Circularity means pre-owned, vintage, upcycling. It's really a huge world, which means I consume, but I don't waste. Do you know how much is the circular model inside of all the model we have it? It's 3.5%. So this means that 96.5% of the fashion model is not circular, of the lifestyle model is not circular, of the automotive model is not circular. What this means, the 96.5% of the business model we have to create consumer goods are not circular. This means we have a lot to do. And circularity is really the message I want to leave to you, and a message I would like to discuss with you, because circularity starts from the material. Circular material is when I make something and then I remake again, and then I remake again, and I remake again. But in the meantime, circularity, it's even a way to upcycle what we use. It's important, this. It's important because it's giving to us the opportunity to design with a different impact, to consume with a different impact, and also to trace everything. But when we talk about circularity, we need to have rules. And we also need to measure the impact of the circularity. Now you think, oh, come on, what she's talking about, it's too big. It's not too big. It's something that everybody of us has to follow. One of the reasons I'm talking, it's because, and I'm talking about this topic, because the European community, it's launching several laws. And the laws are giving rules that has to be equal for everybody and has to be equal for every different players. So if the rules are part of the same system, we will achieve the same system. It's really important because you can understand that as soon as you want to jump inside of the fashion business, even for you, that now you are students, but now you want to understand what will be happen in my near future. What can I do in my near future? And now I'm asking to share a very short presentation. I can ask, please, the camera to share another type of presentation where I want to transform in a tangible way why sustainability it's important for all the system. Can I please ask you to share Milan Fashion Institute presentation? Because this is another link. So what's happened? Brands are looking for a new profile of professionals. Brands understood that if we want to lead in sustainability, we need to have the right positions. So, Milan Fashion Chamber, in collaboration with Bocconi University and Politecnico University, created and founded Milan Fashion Institute. And I want to jump to the second slide. The reason why they created this new school, which is a master school, can I have the second slide? It's because top brands, I want to have the, okay, top brands asked for new position, new profile, new profession. And Milan Fashion Chamber understood that brands like Prada, Moncler, Bottega Veneta, and also medium and small brand, they haven't the right person in front of them. And now I want to show you the third slide where I want to make you a list of who are the new positions who are the most requested. And I want to make some comments on it. So, product sustainability manager. This is a profession and it's important to know to be a manager in product development and know the regulation, know the materials, know the manufacturers, and be an expert in product sustainability manager. Or there is another position, diversity and inclusion manager. This is a position that can work for a top brands, even for a marketing agency or for a media organization like an editorial group. Is there someone that's asking something? Okay. Then we have CSR manager. So CSR manager is a seal of sustainability and responsibility. This is another important person inside of a brand. So this means that inside of a brand, if in the past we had media, marketing, communication, product development, design, now we have sustainability. And we are looking to find these specific profiles. Then we have product manager, merchandiser, line builders. These are positions, they are more focused on the design and the product development, but those people need to know regulation in sustainability, regulation in circular economy, regulation in traceability. Now let me go to analyze others. BCM. So here we have social media manager, event manager, digital project manager, cool hunter, press office manager. This group of profiles need to be expert in which terminology is correct when we talk about sustainability, which terminology are the best when we talk about social media impact, fashion with an impact, diversity, or of course, in a digital world, which are the right word to be used. To avoid greenwashing, we need to have the right expert. And then we have another session, brand manager, marketing manager, brand extension manager. And of course, everything, it's also focused in luxury, high profile fashion, premium quality. And then we have another group like brand manager, retail marketing manager, e-commerce, digital brand manager, CRM. So CEO of responsibility and management. And of course, when we talk about omni-channel manager. All of these positions are positions that we needed in the fashion industry. And this is the reason why creating a university, a school that is focused only on masterclass to prepare and give the right profile, the right curriculum was mandatory. And was mandatory when Milan Fashion Chamber said, if the world is going toward to sustainability, we need to have the right people. We need to have the right person. And this is really one of the most important aspects. Now I would like to jump inside of our question and answer, because I already seen that some one of you are making some question. And it's really, I really would like to open already the session, because when we talk about sustainability, it's not enough to say, I love sustainability, I want to respect the environment. If you want to use, let me say, the best skills to build your career, sustainability has to be incorporated in everything you want to do in fashion, from marketing to communication, from product development to design. Even the way you organize an event, even event manager has to follow these rules. But it's important to understand what to know and how to act. So I like Claudia, if I can already jump inside of some questions, because this will help me to get more insight and go more on deeper aspects in out of all the preparation and the education in sustainability, and mainly talking about why Italian system must be at the front row, at the front line, to say, we need to work on this way rather than in that way.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Orietta. Everything that you said was really interesting. I think this might be helpful for some students in order to have an insight about sustainability. I don't know if the participants have any questions that they would like to make to you. So if you have any questions for Orietta Pellizzari, please put it in the chat and I'm going to read it to her. So please.
Maybe we can stop to share this, this image. If you want, we can put again our other Venice Sustainability Fashion Forum.
Okay, perfect, yeah. Yeah, can you help, Christian, can you help me putting the other link, please, in order to present it on the screen? Okay, Orietta, for the moment, we don't have any questions. I don't know if the participants have any questions about what Orietta just said. I'm going to make a little parenthesis in order to present something about the scholarships that we are offering during Encuentro Creativo, to have a couple of minutes in order to the participants to start making some questions. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen with the information of the Venice Festival, and I'm going to share the website of Encuentro Creativo. I'm going to switch to Spanish in order to give this message. Bueno, muchos nos han estado preguntando acerca del tema de las becas, de cómo pueden saber lo que estamos ofreciendo, lo que están ofreciendo las universidades en el marco de esta segunda edición de Encuentro Creativo. Entonces, bueno, los invitamos a que visiten el sitio web encuentrocreativo.mx y vayan a la sección de becas. Aquí en la sección de becas les van a desplegar los logos de todas las universidades que están ofreciendo becas. Entonces, lo que ustedes tienen que hacer es darle clic al logo. Aquí les va a venir una pequeña presentación o un resumen de lo que es la beca que se está ofreciendo y posteriormente tienen que dar clic en Conoce Más. Todas las becas les van a desplegar un documento PDF donde vienen las bases, todo lo que ustedes tienen que cumplir, los requisitos, el concurso para poder ganarse estas becas. Entonces, toda la información se encuentra en el sitio web y toda la información ha sido publicada a través de las redes sociales de Encuentro Creativo, que igual las publicaremos al final en nuestro back de despedida, para que puedan conocer más acerca de las becas. El tiempo de límite para concursar estas becas va a ser a lo largo de la siguiente semana. Entonces, igual les pedimos por favor que estén al pendiente, que vayan entrando al sitio web. Muchas de estas están pidiendo el 50% de participación a las actividades. Entonces, bueno, nosotros, a pesar de que no les enviaremos su certificado antes de la fecha límite, nosotros enviaremos directamente una liga a las universidades para que conozcan quiénes son los estudiantes que sí cumplieron con el requisito del 50% de asistencia y sepan a quiénes pueden considerar para la beca. El certificado para ustedes se estará enviando alrededor de la segunda o tercera semana de noviembre. Como vienen firmados, dependemos justamente pues, de otros procesos para poder entregarlos en tiempo y forma. Así que bueno, los invito a que descubran más sobre las becas, que nos sigan en las redes sociales de Encuentro Creativo y ya cualquier duda que puedan llegar a tener, los invitamos a que pues, nos escriban directamente en el chat del Instagram o Facebook de Encuentro Creativo para poder aclararles cualquier duda que tengan en referencia a las becas. Entonces, bueno, pues muchas gracias por la atención. Y Orietta, me parece que ya tenemos algunas preguntas, así que bueno, las voy a hacer en inglés. We have a comment from Jimena Mejia. Says, hello, Orietta. Thank you for your webinar. It has been very enlightening. I am planning to study the Master in Fashion Direction Product Sustainability Management at Milano Fashion Institute. Do you have any papers and books you could recommend in order to prepare for it? I think that your microphone is off. Just one moment. Yeah, you can activate it.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. You had to activate my microphone. Thank you to do it. Yeah, actually, let me say, I don't have one book only because they are not only books. In my opinion now, it's necessary, maybe in your position, to learn more, reading what the brands are doing. This is really one of my suggestions. Again, if you bring some big brands or big organization, I suggest you to go in their website and study all their sustainability commitment. Now I tell you, and then I can also write. First of all, go inside of LVMH group. For sure, Milan Fashion Chamber, cameramoda.it or .com, because you can see all the sustainability manifesto. Maybe we can open that. Then go to Selfridges department store, Farfetch department store. And everyone now has their, let me say, window completely dedicated. Prada is another very important brand that is working in sustainability. When you go inside, and you see inside of the website, I give you an example, Prada. Prada, it's putting all the different commitment that Prada is doing in the sustainability. Has entrepreneurs, has heritage, has social, has design, and even talking about the environmental impact. It's very important to understand the environmental impact. Environmental doesn't mean only the climate change in terms of how much pollution I'm doing, but it's also how much I'm respecting the heritage of an area. And this is one of the messages that it's launched by the Italian industry, to preserve the production and to keep the way to work as a long-lasting product. These are just a few. I can give you also Ermenegildo Zegna, Brunello Cucinelli. These are just few. As soon as you finish to study this website, I think it's like to read more than one book.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Arieta, for this answer. We have another question from Geretel Caballeros. How is it possible to reach these positions with a sustainable approach in the brands, even if we are not within the fashion industry, but are specialized in sustainable issues?
Of course, this is what's happening now. And now we don't have anybody expert in sustainability. No one. Everybody are learning now. So what's happened? We are, if you're from the fashion world, we are hiring people that work in sustainability, maybe from food or from economy or finance or automotive. So we have a lot of cross-pollination, crossing between one business to the other one. Because sometimes we have some industry that know more, like chemicals, knows about sustainability, but they don't know about fashion. So they can start to work in the other industry. In my opinion, if you are already knowing something in sustainability, try to learn something else. Like the answer I gave to your colleague before, study inside of their website and see what the other needed. And this is cross-pollination action that happen now. We are all learning together. And of course, this is the reason why we are creating courses to prepare people to exchange the knowledge.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Orietta. It was a really interesting question because we have had this question in several sessions because, well, some students didn't study something related to fashion, but are really interested in working in this sector. So thank you so much for your answer. We have another question from Emma Cecilia. What are the characteristics of a big quality product for being considered in big fashion industry?
Let me see if I understood. Which are the characteristics to be an expert in quality product, correct?
I think it's what are the characteristics of a high quality product? The characteristics in the specific of the product. For example, it has to have certain quality on the materials or in the fabrics, etc. Okay, Orietta, you unmute yourself. Just one moment.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so when I see, of course, inside of the quality, I need to see the material, how the material was being made, which type of chemicals was being used, how was the manufacture, if in the manufacturing process, there were any material that were polluting, or who was working, even the typology of the person, the worker that worked it. How was the transparency of how the product was being made, the authenticity of all the process. Then we talk about in the quality of a product, we see also the genuinity of design, which is not a copycat, which is another important element. Then the packaging. Packaging is made by which types of material, how much was polluting, how much was making an impact in the system. And then also the retail. So where this product it's sold, how it's consistent. If we are not leftover, they are throwing away. How much it's consistent the way it's sold.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Orietta. We have another question from Paola Zavala. I think it's related to the previous one. How to create a sustainable value chain in the fashion industry and which type of fiber is the most sustainable? I'm going to open your microphone.
These are two questions. I think we need to stay a few days to make an answer. How to create a valuable supply chain. The example I gave to you that what's happening in Italy. Resourcing, make connection between the big players, from material to manufacture to retail to all the different positions in the system. This is the way. Make the same regulation. Everybody has to follow the same regulation. We can't say that there is a standard which is different in every country. We need to have the same standard everywhere. Otherwise, it's not possible. We don't play the same game. And then the second question was, I forgot. Which was the second question? The fiber. Which is the most sustainable fiber? Again, if you talk about sustainability, you can ask what is the most sustainable. First, you need to define which are the pillars of sustainability. So, is that chemical? Is that traceability? Is that social impact? Let me tell you that we can't have 100% of something else, because nobody can define it 100% of something. Because the 100% of something even means don't do what we are doing right now. Because for an online Zoom call, we are polluting the world. you know. If you use Instagram, you are polluting the world. And you know why. If you use crypto money, you are polluting the world. If you do everything, you pollute the world. We have to go back to the primitive world. So it's an extreme of the extreme. But a fiber who is sustainable is a fiber who is made by a natural world. And when it's coming from a natural world, it's not polluting the world. It's a fiber I can easily find in the environment where I live. So nylon is not sustainable. Acrylic is not sustainable. All the plastic material are not sustainable because they are polluting the world. They can be sustainable if they are upcyclable and recyclable. But at the moment, we don't have these fibers, not yet. A few, something. So let me say cotton can be sustainable, but I need to control that when cotton grows, nobody's using chemical product to grow more cotton and grow cheap cotton, because cheap means polluting the environment. Linen, it's one of the most sustainable fiber because linen can grow easily without using so much chemicals. But linen is a fiber that most of the time it's not super used because it's not so functional, it's not so comfortable, it's not like using elastic fibers. Leather is a sustainable material because it's coming from the food industry. But the way it's done it, many times is not sustainable. So someone is using sustainable process, someone not. Again, we are not sure. Silk can be sustainable, but depending the cost of it. So let me summarize. When you find something which is costing very, very low, ask by yourself, ask to yourself something. Why this fiber is so low cost? What's happened? It's not possible. So make question, understanding what's going on, and don't look for the most sustainable, but look to say, oh, this fiber, it's responsible. I really would like to use another word, responsible fiber, responsible fashion.
Okay, perfect, Vieta. Thank you so much for this information. We have a lot of questions on the chat. Maybe we're just going to read a couple more questions in order to end on time. But we have a question from Edgar Molina. He asked, does the NFT fashion is considered sustainable in certain point?
Can you say yes and no? NFT is not sustainable because to create NFT, for what we can know, you need to consume a lot of energy. Even if now we have agency that sells sustainable NFT because they say that the energy produced to create an NFT, it's coming from circular energy. So low impactful energy. So, but at the moment is not. Why say yes? Because in a certain way, NFT is a way to create a product and give to this product all the story and trace every steps of the creation of a product. So then this product become a piece of art, become a pieces that can live long life. So in this way, NFT, it's a new tools for fashion industry to create less create few pieces, but tell all the story related to the few pieces. So I'm very positive in NFT, but in the meantime, I can't tell you that it's sustainable.
Perfect, Orietta. Thank you so much. We have one final question from Irving Malin. He asked, bio-based biomaterials really solve part of the environmental problem of consumption?
Okay, to give you this real answer, I should ask to a chemical person. So I don't want to be a person that answers to everything. I just tell you that bio-based materials are a great option for the human being to create and to study material that are coming from bioelements. Let me tell you what I learned, because always I ask to somebody that knows more. Leather is a bio-based material. Cotton is a biomaterial. Cellulose is a biomaterial. Wool is a biomaterial. But to preserve the bioelement of those materials, we need to keep them in their authenticity. So this means sometimes to keep natural, word natural, you need to accept the limits. So let me say, it's a good direction to be sustainable, but it's better to involve a chemical person and ask them the percentage and the measurement of it.
Okay, perfect, Orietta. Thank you so much for this session. It was really interesting, and these insights that you are giving to us. Someone earlier mentioned on the chat about the Ferragamo case, that they use leather in order to, the leather that is going to be used for the food industry or from animals to the food industry. So I think this is really interesting. And you also talk about this topic during your presentation.
Yes, this is true. This is true. Of course, my message is you have to learn a lot of information. Sometimes the answers are not coming from fashion people. Most of the time, you need to talk really with chemicals, person that knows the climate change, person that knows the technology, knows what's really going on with materials, with manufacture, with circularity. And in my opinion, this is beautiful because again, fashion demonstrates that collaborating between different industry and different profiles means to create together the future of the world. But of course, we need a lot of preparation. This is my message.
Okay, perfect, Orietta. Thank you so much. I think that your advice is going to be as well useful for the students that are interested in studying fashion and while creating the objective of Encuentro Creativo, hoping that soon some of the students that are here in this session with us could be in Italy studying in some of the universities that are participating with us. So thank you so much, Orietta, for your time. And well, I'm going to switch to Spanish in order to give the final messages, but thank you so much. Grazie mille. Ok, gracias a todos por acompañarnos a esta sesión de Encuentro Creativo. Como saben, hoy es el último día de actividades, así que les pedimos de estar al pendiente de nuestras redes sociales, de nuestro Facebook, el sitio web. En el sitio web viene toda la información acerca de lo que hemos estado mencionando en estas últimas semanas, como el tema de las becas. Estamos cargando todas las grabaciones de todos los webinars por si los quieren revivir en algún momento. Lo pueden encontrar en el sitio web o en el canal de YouTube de la Cámara de Comercio Italiana en México. Adicionalmente, les comento que la siguiente semana llevaremos a cabo algunos giveaways con muchas de las marcas que han estado participando con nosotros. Igual, o sea, les pedimos de quedarse al pendiente, seguir descubriendo el sitio web. Ahí viene también toda la información sobre las universidades, Muchas de estas universidades ahorita tienen becas o abren becas a lo largo del año, adicional a las que están ofreciendo actualmente en Encuentro Creativo, así que realmente, pues bueno, es crear como este vínculo inicial con la universidad para que ustedes se informen más acerca de pues todo lo que es el mundo educativo en Italia. Y bueno, a nombre de la Cámara de Comercio Italiana en México, les agradezco mucho por haber formado parte de esta sesión, agradecemos a Orieta. Y bueno, igual agradecemos a la Embajada de Italia en México por su apoyo, sin ellos nada de esto sería posible, y también a las marcas que nos han ayudado a llevar Encuentro Creativo a cabo, que son Essilor Luxottica, Natuzzi, Artemide, Bulgari, Amoretti Brothers, Ferrari, Alfa Par, Davide Groppi, Benetton, Yamamite, Smeg, Cartel, Fernet Branca, Ferrero y Orfe México. Muchas gracias a todos los que nos acompañaron y nos vemos en las últimas dos sesiones del día, que son la de las 3 y la de las 5. Grazie Orieta.